Maybe one will come later.
Or not.
Yes. All right, Kings fans, we're back after an exciting night of hockey.
Welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Korneluk.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
Here we are back from the Stape, and I love when the Kings win me some.
Yeah, that's right, Kings fans. We're back. Back with another show here to talk about the game against the Wings in Detroit, talk about the game versus Chicago, and talk about the game tonight that took place against the Detroit Red Wings again. And we're also going to plug a brand new T-shirt.
So here we go, episode 147, entitled Anze Kopitar for the Shorty.
All right, Kings fans, we're back here to talk a little Kings hockey. You know, we had that road trip last week, huge, critical towards the end of the season to see maybe where the Kings are going to end up. We'll start off with the game against the Red Wings. You know, it's one of those games that, you know, the Kings tend to play worse against those bad teams like the BJs, like they have all season long. But this game, they came into it playing like they really wanted to make the playoffs.
And they didn't. I mean, that's the long and short of it. You know, a lot of defensive breakdowns, one by Mike Richards. And, you know, I mean, to be fair on Mike Richards, he's solid defensively. But if you're going to pick a game where you should be, you know, defensively solid, it was that game. You know, we end up losing the game. And, I mean, God, the Kings, you know, their hopes are really, really kind of clinging on. I don't know where I was going with that, Chris, onto just a mere thread, and we come out of Detroit with no points.
Yeah, you know, talk about a game that's really indicative of the Kings season. You know, these guys were ahead by a goal with 5 minutes left. And you're thinking, okay, well, at the very least, they get a point. But, you know, typical of this Kings season, they melted down at the end. And like, even though we have this awesome defense that we're totally gloating about, you know, all season long, they let it up at the end and didn't get anything. You know, they gave up 2 goals in those 5 minutes. And it was one of those games where it's like, God, it's not looking good for the playoffs.
Well, you know, one of the things that a lot of Kings fans, us included, have been saying is, you know, it's time to let the leash off of our offense and let them, you know, go forward and score some goals. And, you know, we definitely did. I mean, we're scoring at a much better clip. I think we're finally out of 30th place now.
Yes, we are.
In the entire National Hockey League. But, you know, yes, we're scoring, and, you know, something is going to suffer there. Unfortunately, it's the defense. I mean, you know, people are kind of looking for a complete team. Look at the Detroit Red Wings. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, look at the offensive style they were playing there. They always had a guy right up in front of the net just waiting to take a pass and just chip it right in. That happened every time. It seemed like the Wings scored that game. It was just like, that's the Kings season right now. It's just like they clearly don't have a really true identity on offense, it seems like. They score when they can, but it's just like that's not how you win games. It's not how you make the playoffs. So, bummer of a game, huge bummer of a game, actually.
Yeah.
So coming into the next game and the game they were trying to salvage this road trip and just try to get a couple more points. You know, they were 1-2 on it so far. You know, trying to make it in this Western Conference. It's so tight, and it seems like every team that they're trying to, you know, get some help from was not giving them any help at all. And whether it's a shootout point or an overtime point or a win, the Kings were just not getting it there. You know, going to this game that was huge. It was almost a season decider game, Keith.
You know, Chris, I never wish injury on any hockey player, but thank God Jonathan Toews has a concussion. I mean, that got his head is just all messed up because we would not have won that game if Toews was in. You know, Patrick Kane centering that first line, and Ray Emery in goal, who's been solid for, you know, the Chicago Blackhawks, but, you know, definitely not standing on his head. Played a great game, I thought, against the Los Angeles Kings. You know, got them to a shootout. And LA, you know, came out a little bit better, you know, kind of the same. And, of course, another, you know, 3-point game.
Yeah, you know, luckily, a quick play like he did last year, which was stellar in the shootouts.
Yep.
You know, let's talk about another guy who was stellar last year in the shootouts, and that's Jarrett Stoll.
Sucks.
Look, bro, I think everyone's figured out your shot. It's time to mix it up a little bit because even I could stop that. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just not working out. God, what the hell happened to this guy? He was like such a guarantee last season in the shootout, but luckily Mike Richards did his little skate up, stop, and shoot thing, and it totally worked, and they won the game.
You know, Mike Richards has not scored a lot of goals, or actually more than one, you know, in the past, God knows how many, but, you know, did come up big for the Los Angeles Kings in the shootout. You know, it was definitely it was a good win. I wouldn't say a huge win because it didn't really propel us forward or clinch a playoff spot for us, but, you know, we're still definitely in the mix. I think when we finished the game, we were at 11th overall in the conference.
Yeah. Still there.
here, Detroit Red Wings in town, Los Angeles Kings clinging, well, not really, 11th place. I don't like our chances. I am going to say 4-3 Wings. All right, so coming in to tonight, back at the Stape. You know, it's good to be back there against the Detroit Red Wings, so that sucked.
Yeah, it definitely sucked. You know, this is a game that I thought we might, although we played them well in Detroit, it's a tough game, and the Kings haven't really been winning those tough games. So, yeah, and I was super surprised when the Kings jumped to a 2-0 lead. I was actually shocked, Keith.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, Anze Kopitar had a shorthanded goal, you know, very recently. Had one again tonight. Yeah. You know, it was really, really looking good for the Los Angeles Kings. But at the end of the first period, you know, Kings fans' temperament was very tepid because why? You know, we're fans of the Los Angeles Kings. We're, you know, known to give up leads and things of that nature. And, you know, sure enough, the Kings were right there the entire time with Detroit, outplayed them the entire game.
What up, Kings fans? Doing the first period is over, and the Kings are winning. I know, it's crazy, up 2-0. I like what I'm seeing, and I don't like our chances. I think it's going to be 3-2 Detroit in a shootout.
Take a look at the second period where, you know, the Wings got on the board, you know, with a goal, and the Kings were ahead most of the times in the shots category, but they were able to score another goal and making it 3-1 in the second. It was actually looking like they could actually win this game, Keith.
And they did, thank God. You know, final score being 5-2. Jeff Carter with another goal, and you know,
an empty netter. Who gives a shit?
I don't think it was. It? Who knows? Okay, it was. You know, there we go. Jeff Carter with the with another goal. You know, just going past Anze Carter, our boy, the Royal Half, keeping track there. But yeah, you know, it's great to see. It's great to see the Kings score more than 2 goals a game, and you know, we're still 10th in the conference, Chris. We're at a logjam at 78 points. You know, still no guarantees the Kings are making the playoffs. We really need to extend this win streak, you know, beyond 3. All right, Kings fans, end of the second, and wow, the Kings are up 3-1, early goal by the Detroit Red Wings. I like our chances. 4-3 Kings.
Yeah, no, definitely. They can't be winning 2 in a row, then losing 2 in a row anymore. This is the time they have to string together some sizable winning streaks. We've been talking about this all season long because they really have had very few long winning streaks. Luckily, Mike Richards got on the board tonight, which was mostly a goal by Doughty, but Richards sort of oomphed it in, I guess, with that very close high stick kind of thing. But and also, you know, Jeff Carter having another goal. He has 5 since he's been with the Kings. I mean, talk about Dustin Penner trade last year. This guy's already blown that thing out of the water, so we don't have to worry about that being another sort of Dustin Penner situation. Jeff Carter, to me, is the real deal.
Yep.
He brings the size, the speed, and the skill. He's making it happen. I don't think there's any coincidence that the Kings are actually scoring more than 1 goal a game now that he's on the team.
What up, Kings fans? Game is over. What a huge win for the Kings over the Red Wings. I like it. Keeping there in the standings. I like our chances, but a lot of hockey to go. Go Kings.
All right, so Kings fans, you know, I know we like to do contests. Well, so do other friends of the show. The Royal Half, you know, he did a promotion, you know, pick the next time Dustin Penner is going to get a point. And, you know, a fan won it. It's this guy right here, Kyle Zuski. Tell him what you won.
Check this out, guys. Yeah, you haven't looked at the Royal Half before. The guy, it's an awesome site. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it yet, you're an idiot and you're blind. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe you are. But look at this shirt. If you want to get this shirt, it's available at theroyalhalf.com, and they have a cool shop there. It's awesome. I love this Kopitar shirt. Available in any color, American Apparel. Get it now.
I like the Gay for Gagne shirt, and yes, they have it.
Yes.
All right, Kings fans, we'll be right back at you very, very soon with a very special show. It's actually not a show. It's a little short that we did with the Royal Half, our friend, so stay tuned for that. Want to thank the several Kings fans that we met at the game this evening.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your support. And Kings fans, if you're on our YouTube page and you got a webcam and you want to give us a video response,
Do it.
I will mail you $1. That's what's going to happen. Stay tuned for that. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on the Twitter. You know you got to do it. I'm Keith Cornelick.
And I'm Chris Kalasiewski.
Thank you for watching Overtime by KingsCast.